Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm back on my allotment plot again today, hence the video. I wasn't going to do a video, but I was only popping onto the plot to take some vegetable peelings to my compost buckets. Anyway, I noticed that there was a delivery of wood chip, so or wood chippings. So when that happens, they dump them at the gate of the allotment, and we can just help ourselves. So I have an area at the front of my shed, which was all woodwork before, but it's all kind of broken down and it just looks like mud now, really, essentially. But there is a membrane there, so I was thinking maybe I'll put some slabs on it or some wooden decking or something like that. But anyway, the wood chip was there, so I've taken, I think, 6 barrels of wood chip up to the plot and popped it in front of the shed. So have a look and see what I was doing. So here I have filled up 3 wheelbarrows full of wood chippings to take to my plot, which is actually just 2 plots down, so I've not got too far to take it. So Camera Woman of the Year award goes to me here. Trying to video whilst pushing the wheelbarrow is not successful. So anyway, I'm just walking up towards my plot here with the wheelbarrow, the first wheelbarrow, or maybe it's my second wheelbarrow full of wood chippings, just ready to tip them out at the front of my shed. I'm just coming up to the shed here. Perfect. So I've already tipped one out here, and you can see the difference between what was there before. It just essentially looks like soil now, but there was wood chippings there before. So I've come back down for more. So this is my 4th barrel full. I did think it would only take a couple, but it's surprising actually how much you need for such a small little space here. So I'm just going to start raking in here and just see how many more barrel fulls I need. And I reckon I probably need at least another couple at this stage. There we go, back for 2 more. I think that's the last of it now. The pile of wood chippings actually wasn't huge, so I didn't want to take the lion's share off it and to not leave any for the other plot holders. So that's my last one there, and just getting ready to rake it all in. I need to get underneath the bench there, and then all the way up to the edge of the tarpaulin. You can see there is a tarpaulin already there, so I didn't have to lay that. So I just need to get under here now and just get it all sorted. And this is where we borrow the barrels from. And this area here is for the plot holders to leave things for other plot holders. Seeds, or as we've got here, pots, or anything really, anything to do with the allotment plots. So I'm going to take some of these little plant pot things here. So I'm always looking for bigger ones to pot on with, so I'm going to grab them. And just here's my last barrel full that I still need to just pop underneath the bench there. There we go, that's it all done. So it makes a huge difference, doesn't it? An absolute huge difference. It looks all neat there. I am going to get planters and pots and put things, you know, utilise that space. But I also want to use that as a space that I can sit out. So I am going to get a new bench and all that kind of stuff. My mum bought me this magic snake hose for my allotment plot. So looking forward to using that. Thank you, Mum, if you're watching. And that's the pots that I got from the free stand at the front there. So they have come home with me, and I am potting on with those broad beans. Still need to go out, just checking that they've still got some water. And then I've still got some potatoes. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with those. I have enough in the ground, I think, given the size of my plot. I don't want to take up too much space with potatoes. So maybe at the front here I'll put some in pots, if I can get pots big enough. So whilst I'm here and put more money in my parking meter, I thought I would just plant out some sunflowers because I have them in the shed here. So this is a pot that I found at the side of the hut. My previous plot holder owns that. It was just full of weeds, so I've taken the weeds out using the same soil that was there, and I'm just going to plant out some sunflowers that I can transplant once they are big enough. So I think it might be giant sunflowers, I'm not sure. I can't remember which ones I planted there. But I think I've planted out 6 or 7 in that pot there. So once they get just slightly bigger, I will pop them on or plant them somewhere on the allotment. I haven't quite decided yet. I don't really know how much the walnut tree shades my plot yet. So once I know that, I'll be able to work out where the sunny spots are, and I can pop them somewhere sunny. There we go, just patting them in. And then I'm just I am going to use this as a cloche for something, but half a juice bottle, I've just filled it up with some water and just getting them watered in, and I've just popped them down here beside the bench just now. So this is how my little plot is looking today. So whilst I'm still here, I thought I would plant out some beetroot and some salsify. I have never planted salsify or grown before, and I haven't actually ever eaten it. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't got very many beetroot left in that packet, so I'm just going to see how far I can make that stretch. So I'm just walking down and I'm going to use one of my new palette collars. So I have put in the trenches, and I'm just going to have to put the beetroot in quite spaced out because I don't actually have a huge amount there. I do have more growing from seed at home, so I will bring them with me to the plot once they're of a size that I can transplant them. And then I'm just pinching the soil together here just to cover them. And then I'll just pat it down ever so slightly, just so that the seeds are making contact with the soil. Now the salsify, the packet says to plant them in groups of 3s. So that's what I've done. I've popped them in groups of 3s, sometimes 4s. And I have done 2 rows of them. So I'm hoping that they will take nicely, and I'm sure they will taste delicious. And get them patted down. And then I will water them in as well. So there we go, 1 row of beetroot and 2 of salsify. So a wee trip down the plot here. So my herb container, my broad beans, they don't seem to be doing an awful lot, but anyway, they might surprise me. My strawberry bed, that's empty. My little group of 4 palette collars, so top left here is the beetroot and salsify, and front right here is parsnips, which were planted out last week. Still got some leeks left from last year from the previous plot holder. That's my carrot bed, my new rhubarb. My onions are starting to show through, and then this next bit here are my potatoes, so nothing's coming through there yet. These are my berry bushes, and these are the 3 new ones that I just planted in last week. And then over here, if I take a walk down this bit here, is the rhubarb that I found at the side of my hut. So I've planted that out and it seems to be doing grand. There's lots of new bits popping through, and this area is the area I still need to address. It's still got lots of clumps of grass and flowering plants, so I want obviously most of this to be vegetables because the plot isn't actually huge. So there's my sunflowers that I planted out just right beside my walnut tree, and I will have to, like I said earlier, see how that does during the summer. So this is the back of my hut, and I've found more rhubarb. It's just started popping through, so I'll leave that be just now and see how that goes. That's useful rubbish, if that makes sense. And that's me for today. So thank you ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. If you haven't already, please think about pressing that button. I would be so delighted if you did, and I will see you next time. Thanks now, bye.